Let's go back to the start of the season. Ja was 50-1 to win MVP. Then it went to 100-1, but as recently as December 20th, according to Caesar Sportsbook. But the rising star has now increased those odds to 11-1 and now has the 5th shortest odds to win the MVP. So with that being said, Chiney, how has Ja disrupted this MVP race?
You know, that amazing game, that output, that 52-point performance, I was talking to a friend, and he was like, he did 3 things in one game that NBA stars hope to do. You know, buzzer beater, then he has 50-piece, and then obviously he dunks on a 7-footer. Those are things that normally are hallmarks for one guy in one game, but he did it all in 3. It's been fabulous, and what he's been able to do when it comes to personally, you know, he leads the NBA in points per game in the paint. Y'all forgot, this man is 6'3". He's number 2, tied with Giannis in fast break points. It's wild because LeBron James is number 1. Overall, this team and, you know, his energy, this has translated to his team because his team is what? Like number 1 in overall rebounds, top in blocks, top in steals. No team has done that since since 1973. So, you know, his sensational play has translated to wins. And like Stephen A. said earlier, they could easily find themselves at number 2 in the West.
Well, Stephen A., to that point, he's averaging 33 points in the month of February, and his team has won 8 of 10 games.
Listen, his team has won 8 of 10 games. They end up being the top 2 seed. Obviously, when you look at Ja Morant right now, combine that with the fact that he is spectacular, he is box office, that matters to voters. And guess who I happen to be?
A voter.
So guess what? I mean, it definitely does matter. But you know what else matters? It does matter to me what I'm seeing from DeMar DeRozan, who's been balling all year long. It does matter to me what I've been seeing from Joel Embiid. It does matter to me from what I've been seeing from Nikola Jokic. When I see the way that these brothers have been balling as well, and in case of Jokic with Denver, no Jamal Murray, no Michael Porter Jr., with Embiid dealing with that soap opera drama in Philadelphia involving Ben Simmons. There are 4 legitimate candidates for the MVP race, and I think it's a race to the finish line.
And Perk, with recency bias being a real thing, right now, like, I think a lot of people would put Ja on that one line.
Absolutely. But look, Eves, I told y'all about Ja and the MVP conversation 2 months ago. All right, then y'all late to the party. I'm here to take it a step further. We're actually looking at probably, in my eyes, the face of the NBA. When you talk about a guy that is box office, let's go down, take it back to history, right? We look at Magic Johnson. He was somewhat like the circus. And then all of a sudden, Michael Jordan come along, and he was like Disneyland and Disney World. And now Ja Morant is like Beyonce pulling up to Coachella.
Whoa.
Okay,
Whoa. Get information, Perk.
And listen, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
The blasphemy that just came out of your mouth.
It's not blasphemy for the simple fact that, let me give you this number.
Okay.
I've been begging with my boy Dave Roberts and everybody else. I've been begging for
Dave.
some more Ja on ESPN, right? Take the Lakers out, put Ja on there. Okay, for the simple fact that just look at the social media views. This season alone, his highlights is at a half a billion.
Okay.
A half a billion.
Okay. First of all,
Thank you.
lessons. Take notes. Number 1. When you're talking to me, I want you to take your collar. I want you to flick it down. Slap it up. I want you to flick it down. That's number 1. Number two. When you speak to Dave Roberts and other people and you talking to them about, you know, you want to see more Ja Morant, that's not the argument you make. What you make to them is that, haven't we seen enough of the Knicks? That's how you make that argument. Okay, number three. When you look at Ja Morant, regardless of what he's bringing to the table, it's special. That's why he's there. But because of what you're seeing from everybody else, and now that he's being talked about, you got to finish. You got to finish. And that's what I'm saying. He's right there. He could easily get it. But he could easily lose it because the race is that tight.
And MVP is a narrative award, and Ja has a narrative based on those billion or half a billion highlights. But I would like to tell people that Joel Embiid and Ja, the last 10 or so games, have the same numbers virtually, about 32 points per game. So I think it's really going to come down to those 2.
From a story standpoint, Embiid playing that well expected. If Ja Morant gets this team to the number 2 seed in the West, that will add to his campaign for that MVP.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.